Managing moderators. Wow, I decided I would try going live on YouTube because if I've done it once, I might have done it once, but not before. So, good morning. And I think I'll use my lives on YouTube to kind of recap what I talk about in this room that I co-moderate on Clubhouse called Black Coffee, Honey, and Grits in this club. It's a club, not a room. But good morning for those of you who don't know me. My name is Maisha. Some of you know me as Devi Maisha, and I am the sensual energy alchemist, and I work with women. This phase of business is really about focusing on women who are still in their good girl people pleaser mode, and stripping that all away so y'all can live the most sensual, sovereign, and authentic lives. And I'm here waiting for some food. I decided to stop at this little French cafe place, and I thought I was going to get one thing, but it all looks so good. I had to get more because who wants to settle? So I thought I would talk a little bit about the room we had this morning, wants versus needs, and is it the question posed. Shout out to my co-mods, Dr. Jamesia Braxton, who has a channel on here, Carmel Jean-Francois, who has a channel on here, Jamaica Anderson, who has a channel on here, and Shelly A. Carter, who's going to get her channel together. And all of the links are in the info. But the conversation that it was really around a question that Jamaica had about, would you prefer someone to want you or need you? And the responses were really interesting. Most people said they wanted to be wanted, which I totally understand. I want to be wanted too. I want to be desired. When it came to the need part, there was a feeling of some of the responses were under fear a little bit. Like, I'm afraid, like there's a fear of if I want someone, if I need someone too much, right? Will they go crazy on me? If I need someone too much, will I not be able to function without them? If I need someone too much, it'll be codependent. If I, all of the most negative ideas of what we associate with need. And Jamaica asked the question about what was it like growing up as a child? Were you taught to be self-reliant, right? Were you taught not to need anyone? And most of the people who prefer to want over need were also taught to be self-reliant. And it really had me thinking about how we live in a society, in a culture in the United States anyway, where we don't want to need other people. We're taught to rely only on ourselves, which in some ways, thank you, in some ways means that we don't really trust other people, or we don't want to trust other people. We're afraid to trust other people because other people might let us down, other people might hurt us, other people might break our hearts, other people might leave us, other people might abandon us. And so the option is to just rely on ourselves. And it's like, I want you, but I can not want you too. I could, like, you can go. I'm not too attached to you, because to need someone is to see them as important, to see them as necessary in your life. And we really live in a society and a culture where there's a lot of fear around seeing people as necessary and important, because we want to avoid pain and we want to avoid being hurt. But in that avoidance of pain and hurt, the bigger thing for me is, how does that also play out in terms of us receiving joy and love and orgasms? Because if you're looking to avoid pain, it means you also have to avoid that which brings you the most happiness, out of the fear that it might go away. So if there's someone you love, right, and you really want to be in a relationship with, but you kind of like, I mean, I want him, I want her, but I'm not going to need him. I'm not going to need him. And when we say need, I'm not talking about need them to pay your bills. That's immediately where we go. Do you need them for support? For emotional closeness, for intimacy? Can just anyone fill that void, that gap, that role, that space? Is not there something specific about that person, which is why you would choose them? So, in a way, you need them for whatever that is. And most of us don't know what it is to need someone in a healthy, interdependent way. We only know the craziness, right? We only know the codependency. And that doesn't have to be what needing someone is or what it's about. So just some thoughts today. I also just kind of wanted to try out the live stream, and I may do it more often on a slightly snowy day. This is a perfect day to be at home in the bed. I definitely want and need a man to just like, let's just snuggle up on a day like this. Let's play hooky. Let's just be in the bed today. But I'll come back on here more. I think I like doing lives here. I wish I could, well, I can with StreamYard, right? Go live here, Facebook, not Instagram. We'll see how it works out. Until next time, love ya. How do I stop this now? I don't know. Oh, that was the chat. Lord, how do I stop it? Oh.